is up? Man, it's been over a week. I was in Oregon playing in a golf tournament. So obviously I was away from home, away from my garage, away from all my crap in there. But here we are. Look how nice it is outside right now. Perfect out. And so, yeah, my garage is loaded. I've got a box right here that I need to do something with. I'm going to pull it out of that box and I'm going to show you what it is. Jeez. I think there's only 2 bolts holding that thing in. We're gonna be able to lift this mug out of here. All right. And I got a pair of cotton gloves. So yeah, anyway, what are we doing today? We're going to do a trial on this Vevor wire stripper. Compliments to the good, fine people at Vevor who sent this to me to give it a trial. And we'll see how good it does. I've got to sort some wire and get some wire ready to go to put through this. Got to read the directions and we're going to see how it works. So here's a wire stripper I normally use. I thought it was a Vevor, but it says Co-Z. I think Vevor has one very similar to this on their website. But anyway, look at the difference in size. So what I wanted to do is put it on the scale here and see how much each of them weighed. Okay. That says 26.6 pounds. $78.3 pounds. So the reason why I did that is because this thing is a heavy-duty piece of equipment. If nothing else, a heavy piece of equipment. But I'm looking forward to getting this thing going. As you can see, they've got a square slot here for Romex, and then you know, smaller than bigger as we go. So I'll be really interested to see how this works. Okay, so I literally just untangled this cord and plugged it into my extension cord here. And let's see if it runs. Oh, there we go. Got to pull the E-stop out. There we go. Okay, so we got power. I'm just going to read the directions and make sure I'm doing everything right. So as I try to figure out what I'm going to strip, this is a big box of wire here that I have. One thing I could do is try this stuff, and that's some decent wire. I got a bunch of that, so I'll try to sort through that. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn this thing on and put a piece through and see what happens. I haven't set this, I haven't set the blades at all. I don't know if it's all the way down. Looks like it might be. Whoa. Oh, we got needles. Ay, ay, ay. So yeah, this thing's cranked way down. These things will get you. So way too tight. There wasn't an instruction booklet, so I wasn't sure. I obviously saw that this goes here, but I don't know what it does when I turn it. Is this... Looks like maybe that just turns that whole thing in case it gets jammed up or something. Okay, otherwise, that should be how you loosen it. So it looks like I loosened it enough. Didn't make any needles. Yeah. I'll tell you what. Sure shoots it through there quick. Yeah, I like that it's barely going through actually. I probably could set it a little deeper, but then you have needles. And that works pretty good. Through there pretty fast. It's got a nice cut on it, not too deep. You could probably tighten it a little more. The thing is, you tighten it too much, you're making needles, but that's just about perfect right there. Cutting through very nice. A little bit of copper end sticking out of it. We'll see how this goes through. Same with this one. And one more long one. Okay, so I mean, right off the bat, I can tell you that pushes it through really fast. This is a fast machine, and it's, shoot, at least twice as fast as that small one, the one I have right now. So now I'm going to get all the casings off of this and see where we stand. Yeah. Okay. I mean, comes right off. Number 2 wire. Number 2 copper, I should say. Now, there's a lot of people that look at, you know, this wire that I'm doing and say, well, I wouldn't even mess with it. That's fine. That's totally up to you if you don't want to spend your time doing it. But, you know, number 1 wire, I don't know what it is. Is it $2 a pound? But number 2 copper is $3.50 a pound. So, you know, if you feel like you need to put a dollar amount on your free time, then that probably needs to be factored in. Me, this is my free time. This is my fun time. So basically, when it's your fun time, you get to spend it however you want, and the time it takes to do something matters not. But as you can see, here's another one. And there's a bunch more here. But I'm telling you, it cut it really nice. And so I'm gonna, yeah, shoot. It's nice for sure. Huh, good copper, man. So I'm gonna peel the rest of these, and then I'm gonna try a different type and see how that works. Okay, so this one I couldn't quite peel at the edge. Oh boy, all those pieces fell off. But I ran it through again, and it basically puts a double cut into that casing, and then it comes off super easy. I'm gonna try it again, see if I can put a double cut in it. So if you're having a problem, if you run wire through twice, it should, well, we'll see how it does. Yeah, it splits it right in half. Oh man, look at that. Comes off even better. So if there's a way for you to put it in where you did it on opposite sides, let's try this again. And if somehow you can feed it so that you're cutting this wire on the north and south side. Look at this, it just separates. Wow, that couldn't be any easier, honestly. But even the ones that are just split once, comes out pretty good. Now, keep in mind, I could have adjusted this so that it cuts deeper, but it's cutting, I think, in just about the right depth. Because I don't want needles. Yeah, double cut. Yeah, I mean, if, shoot, look, it just like pretty much fell apart. So if you have the time, you want to run it through twice. It's not going to get any easier than that. Look at this thing, man. Looks like something out of a Terminator movie. Single phase motor, 110 volt. I don't know what any of that means, but there you go, in case you're interested. But it's a beefy piece of equipment, I'll tell you that. Look at those blades. All right, let me get this done, and then we'll move on to some Romex. Okay, so I just put this one through for a second time. You can see it has two different cuts on it. And it literally is just falling apart. And then the other half, you could have sneezed on it and it would have fallen off. And by the way, let me just say, when I was in contact with Vevor, I told them I was going to give them an honest assessment, that I wasn't just going to say what they wanted me to say, because if this thing was a pain, I would be telling you that it's a pain. But as of right now, for this first batch of wire, I literally just had to set it on a table, plug it in, and hit the button, and everything worked. The motor worked. My first cut was too deep because I didn't adjust the blade height at all. There's nothing that says where they set that in the first place, so I didn't know if they set it really deep or not deep at all. Yeah, I mean, one adjustment of those handles at the top, and it freaking just started taking it. Let me run this through. There we go. This one has 2 cuts in it. I mean, yeah, I'm probably more impressed than I thought that I would be, because I figured a wire stripper, well, they're all about the same, but this thing's working really good. So just that little bit of wire, there's the number 2 copper that I have. This stuff I will melt because I can melt that into number 1 copper. Now, I've got some Romex, some small stuff and some fatter stuff, and I'm going to put it through and see how that works. Okay, didn't even touch it, so it looks like I'm going to have to tighten this down. I give it 3 twists on both sides. Here's a smaller one. I'm going to try this one here instead of this wider one. Okay. Got to cut all the way. Yeah, there you go. Now you get the 2 covered wires and then the ground, which is bare. Thing's kind of loud, I'll be honest about that. But it is a 78-pound piece of equipment, not a little dinky thing. Okay, so here's your Romex. Like I said, it was the little smaller pieces. Then you got your ground wire, and then you got your 2. And I'm going to run those through after I do all of this. Let's run some Romex through. Got this to do. See how long it takes. Man, I gotta tell you, people say don't do Romex, it's a waste of time, and it is kind of a pain. Now sometimes you have to put a slit on one end, and then you pull this and tear that plastic, that outer coating, which is the easiest way to do it. And I saw Scrappa Grandpa do it that way, and it actually worked very well for me. But putting it through this thing works even better. You don't have to do any pulling. You just, it feeds so easy, man. You just, I couldn't, like Romex before, I had to do that by hand. I didn't, that other wire stripping machine that I have, you couldn't put it through. So it's really nice that this thing has a square slot for Romex. Hey, look at this, it's just coming apart so easy. Now the next question is, how will those individual strands of Romex wire cut? And we're going to find that out here pretty soon. But This is the easiest I've ever been able to do Romex. No dead spots. Yep, all that bare bright. That's a good thing about cutting wire too. Strip of wire, get all that bare bright. We got Monday Night Football tonight, so I do want to get in for that. But until that comes on, all I have is my own time to do whatever I want. So this is what I choose to do, is strip wire. Okay, so here's that bare bright we just got out of the Romex. I'll set that there for right now. But these are the individual pieces that were in the Romex, and I'm going to try to put it through here, but I know I'm going to have to crank down on it more. And this looks like the smallest hole right here. Let's see what that did. This is all solid core, of course. Oh no, look at this. I literally used no effort doing that, and it did cut it. Wow. No adjustments needed. Don't ask me to explain that one, but let me run this through. Those might be too small. Oh, it curled up and went back into the machine and got grease on it. Ew. That didn't cut it because they're so small. And most people don't cut these. They just put them in their #1 wire bucket. I'm going to give 2 twists. Okay, we'll try it again. Curls it pretty good. There we go. So what I'm going to do is do 1 twist back, because I may have twisted it too much. Because anytime it curls really hard like that, it's because you got too much pressure on it. Look at that. Piece of cake. Probably one of the reasons why people say it's not worth it to do this is because maybe the machines run too slow. But man, if you got a machine that runs this fast, you could pump a lot of wire through it. Now when I first started stripping this kind of wire, I would take a rounded blade or whatever and shave it both directions, and that was a pain. That's hard on your wrist. This just comes right off. You just have to find where the slit is. It takes a second. Once you find it, I mean, holy cow. I really like this stripper, I'll be honest with you. And I was prepared to tell you that I wasn't gonna like it, or prepared to tell you that I didn't like it if I didn't like it, but it's, gosh, what is it, 3 times faster than my old stripper? Maybe more. Yeah, I think I had the pressure on too tight, so when it comes through, it really curls it, and it whipped it underneath and back in to the unit, and it got grease on it. But even my other wire stripper, when I would do this kind of stuff, the solid core is really the easiest stuff to do in a wire stripper. But I would still have dead spots with that other wire stripper, and this one doesn't have any dead spots. It's just cut all the way and peels super easy. Okay, so there's all my Bear Bright from the Romex. That's my number 2 from the other stuff that I stripped. So got some good copper here, and it's been like the easiest thing ever. And now, you know, sometimes when we dumpster dive, we find this BX, we find this twisted up wire in here. Here's a couple full strands of it, and then I separated some of them into individual strands, and you can see they're curled, and sometimes they go through good, sometimes they don't. So like 80% of it will get cut, but not the other 20 because they're curled. I don't know how this thing's going to handle it, but we're going to find out. Turn it on and see. I'm probably going to have to tighten it a little bit. The thing is loud, but you know, you are working in a garage, so what do you expect? Okay, so that came off good. I could probably stand to tighten it a touch more. One more quarter turn. That got it for sure. That it doesn't just shoot out further. Probably what I need to do is something else here. What's going on, champ? I mean, this wire's no match. I'll tell you what, if you get a lot of BX, if you find a lot of BX that has wire in it, and you question whether it's worth stripping, I'm not even going to say what you should or shouldn't do. I'll say this. If I had access to BX, I would strip that wire all day long. All my neighbors would hear would be this nice Vevor humming, pumping all that wire through, because I would want the Bear Bright. All right, everybody, time to wrap this thing up. But man, I gotta tell you, I am impressed with this thing. I was fully ready to say that it wasn't gonna be good if it ended up not being good. I mean, I was gonna tell you the truth, and the truth is this thing worked great. With my old wire stripper, if the wire was curled at all or wavy or whatever, it would only cut in spots, but not the whole thing. But not with this, man. This thing, once you get it in there, it's getting cut no matter what. And it cuts all the way to the end of the wire. It doesn't stop like 1/8 of an inch short like those other ones. It's like, for whatever reason, it doesn't start cutting until 1/8 of an inch in, and then you're still having to really fight it to get it off of off the copper. So this is what we do it for right here. Yeah. And all this right here, all this bare bright, it didn't take me too long. And listen, I'm not mechanical, so the fact that I could take this out of the box, plug it in, push the button, and start putting a wire in is great for me, because if it took much more than that, I tend to get frustrated. So this thing seriously cannot be any easier. So, and it's heavy. The thing is a solid piece of equipment. So I guess time will tell, you know, as I use this over and over and over again, how long it's gonna last and all that. But when it's heavy and solid like this, it tells me that it's, you know, made well. It's going to be sturdy. I have no reason to believe that this thing's not going to last a long time. You know, so those are the pros, and I would say the cons is the fact that it is heavy. So if you have to bring it out from under a table and set it up or whatever, that could get tiresome at 78 pounds. It's also wider, much wider, probably at least twice the width of my small one, but you know, that is what it is. So the best thing for this is to have a spot to put it and to keep it, and you don't have to get it out every time you go to use it. That's kind of the situation I'm in with it right now, but I don't come across a ton of wire, so it's probably okay for me to save it the way I've been doing it and then pull this thing out and make hay. But I gotta tell you, man, this thing was taking it in and slicing it as fast as I could put it in. And one thing I didn't do is put 2 pieces in at the same time. Don't know why I just now thought of that, but I'm sure it would do that too. It's got a pretty heavy duty motor here. The motor, you know, I just used it to cut all this stuff. It's not hot, it's not even warm. Made easy work of it. So there you go, there's the Vevor. And I'll have information in the description of this video, so if you want to look them up, get one of these things. I want to say the wire stripper I got before was, I don't know, was it 90 bucks or 100 bucks? I really can't remember. I want to say these are like 300 bucks. But I guarantee you, if I had tried this one first, I would have paid the 300 bucks all day long, or whatever that price is, within reason, of course. But yeah, I mean, why would you go with a small one that is weak when you can have one of these things? So I'm looking forward to using this more. I hope all this information was helpful. I want to thank Vevor for sending this to me, and we're gonna go from there. So peace out, guys. Thanks.